I've spent my career studying the brain, and I'm constantly amazed at its capabilities. But like most organs in the body, as we age, the human brain loses some function. It's called cognitive aging. You might experience a slowing in your ability to multitask or to retrieve a word, especially a name. This process tends to be gradual and subtle, and this is not the result of a disease. Your brain cells aren't dying, they're just not working as well as they used to. What's a problem is when we develop cognitive problems that are disabling, or in a word, we develop dementia. Here are 5 signs of dementia that shouldn't be ignored, but instead require an evaluation. Dementia describes disabling cognitive impairments caused by a brain disease. Diseases like Alzheimer's disease, Lewy body disease, and frontotemporal disease. All these diseases can cause harms in your daily life. That's why dementia is so devastating. One common sign is short-term memory problems. Again, some memory lapses are normal, like forgetting someone's name or a word at the tip of your tongue, and not remembering it until later. But what isn't normal is repetitious questions. A person asks the same question over and over again because they can't seem to remember the answer. Another sign is difficulties with everyday tasks that were once second nature. Say your partner used to whip up a casserole dish, but now they're struggling to put together the basic ingredients. These problems with multitasking should not be ignored. Then there's confusion about time and place. That's when someone can't remember how to go somewhere familiar or what's the day of the week. This is a common symptom for people with dementia. Maybe your loved one is having trouble understanding that their doctor's appointment's on Thursday, or they might go for a walk around the neighborhood and then get confused on the route back home. Next, you have changes in personality, such as frustration or having less initiative. Like your once laid-back father is suddenly quite anxious, or he might accuse you of taking his wallet when it's sitting on the counter. This may be a result of brain cells no longer working as a result of a disease like Alzheimer's. Another warning sign is communication problems. This is when someone is having trouble joining conversations or following along. They're quieter at the dinner table, or they struggle with word choices, calling a common object a thingy instead of the name they've used for years and years. It's so important to recognize these signs, because if you or a loved one are experiencing them, a doctor can evaluate the problem. An early diagnosis allows a treatment plan, puts a support system in place to address the present problems and spot any ones that might develop. For some diseases, there are drug treatments that might slow the progression of the disease. It's important to understand there's something that you can do. For more on brain health, visit AARP's Brain Health Resource Center at aarp.org/brainhealth.